Hello everyone, welcome to my channel English with Visali. Today we will discuss about first sem BCA General English lesson COPS by Bama summary. So COPS by Bama. So author Bama, her full name is Faustina Mary Fatima Rani. She was born on 14th March 1958, W. Pudupati, now Virudunagar district, Tamil Nadu. So her background is Tamil Dalit feminist writer, teacher, started writing from her experiences of caste discrimination. Significance is uses colloquial dialect, highlights Dalit women's lives in Tamil society. Bama is a Tamil Dalit feminist writer whose works often explore caste discrimination, gender and social justice. COPS appears in her short story collection Just One Word. The story is set in a newly formed mixed community housing colony where people from different castes and religions live, but caste boundaries remain operative beneath the surface. In this story, character sketches are Jayaram Naidu, the landowner who orchestrates the colony, symbolic of capitalist modern forces selling land, fostering new housing but within old caste frameworks. Chokkalingam, a retired central government employee, occupant in the colony belonging to a lower caste, he experiences subtle and explicit exclusion. Balaram Naidu and Pachayamma, central family orchestrating the engagement. Pachayamma embodies the mindset of caste-based respectability, outwardly cordial but exclusionary. Shankaralingam, another lower caste neighbor, well off but still discriminated against, highlighting that caste discrimination is not only about poverty. Shakuntala, a neighbor who questions Pachayamma's logic, serving as the moral voice of the story. Gomati, a teacher of the same caste as Chokkalingam, invited for academic reasons, showing the transactional nature of social. Plot outline is a landowner Jairam Naidu sells his agricultural land in a rural area and develops housing plots in a place called Tambram or Tambram in some notes. Various families buy plots and build houses, creating a colony comprising different castes and religions. Initially, the residents interact with some cordiality. They call each other Anna like brother and Akka like sister, and there is a semblance of neighbor lines despite caste differences. The central conflict arises when Balaram Naidu and his wife Pachayamma plan their son's engagement wedding. They expect a grand event, but during the engagement they deliberately exclude some families from invitation, particularly families belonging to lower caste like Chokkalingams. When questioned, Pachayamma explains to a friend that the excluded families are of a low caste and inviting them would affect the family's respectability. Meanwhile, she invites a teacher, Gomati, from one of those castes because she hopes to receive valuable gifts from her, revealing the hypocrisy of the caste distinctions. The story ends with the quiet critique that even when people live in proximity and appear to be friendly, caste prejudice persists. The collective mixed community is only superficially equal. Beneath that lies exclusion, division and hypocrisy. The story invites the reader to reflect on genuine equality and respect beyond social rituals. Story review. caste discrimination in modern years. The colony seems modern, but long-standing caste attitudes shape social behavior. Hypocrisy of social relationships. Neighbors show polite surface relations but discriminate when auspicious events occur, like engagements where respectability is at stake. Materiality and social value. The fact that the teacher from the lower caste is invited only because she brings a gift highlights how caste intersects with economic value and social recognition. Isolation despite proximity. Physical proximity, like living in the same colony, does not imply social equality or emotional inclusion. Call for genuine social change. The story subtle asks, if living together does not change treatment, then what will? Setting: a modern housing colony developed by a landowner where families of different caste and religions live. Major event: the engagement in a colony triggers the interactions highlight showing modernized caste relations, useful for social justice, education, real conflict. Central conflict: though neighborhood appears inclusive, caste based social exclusion surfaces. Outcome: the story critiques superficial social mixing. It shows that proximity doesn't equal equality. Structure and style. Caste discrimination in modern settings. Co-residence doesn't eliminate prejudice, hypocrisy and social respectability. Inclusion only when it enhances status. The material dimension of social value. Inviting someone for gifts shows caste plus economy intertwine. Surface proximity versus real equality. Living together doesn't imply equal social standing. The story uses a realist setting. The housing colony is a mundane, everyday space to show how social inequality plays out in familiar contexts. The narrative is subtle. Rather than grand conflict, the exclusion happens in a normal social ritual. This normalization of discrimination is what makes the critic sharp. Language focuses on everyday interactions, neighbors, invitations, gossip, rather than overt moralizing, trusting the reader to see the injustice. Symbolically, the colony is a microcosm of Indian society. People live side by side but are still socially segregated. Conclusion is, as part of Dalit literature, the story reinforces how caste remains a structural barrier even in post-colonial modern settings. The story positions the everyday as site of oppression. Small acts like invitations, exclusions matter. It contributes to feminist Dalit discourse by showing how women Pachyamma, Gomati also enact or challenge caste norms. Realist setting: the colony as microcosm of Indian society. Subtle narrative focus on everyday ritual engagement instead of dramatic action. Language or tone: everyday social interactions highlight how discrimination is mundane. Significance: contributes to Dalit literature by showing modernized caste relations, useful for social justice education. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe my channel.